This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, discounted prices, miniaturemarket.com. Hello my friends, the Game Boy Geek here. Hey, I'm not gonna lie, I love smoothies. I love putting all the different fruit in. I love strawberries, bananas, coconuts, pineapples, you name it. I throw them all in there, I drink them up. Today we are talking about making those types of smoothies in Fabled Fruit. This is a game from Freedom and Freeze, the designer of Power Grid. In North America, it's come out from Stronghold Games. In Europe, it's from 2F Spiel. And this is for 2 to 5 players, takes about 25 minutes. And this is a game that evolves as you play it. The game changes over multiple plays, and it will have up to 20 plays before you can start over again. Let me show you. At the beginning of the game, you get to pick which animal you'd like to be: the turtle, the giraffe, the elephant, the sheep, or the penguin. The wood pieces you'll be placing on the board, and these you place in front of you so everyone knows who you are. So here's the setup for the game. Your first game will have numbers 1 through 6 in the top left-hand corner. Each of these piles has 4 identical cards of the same one, and they all give you a different action and different ability to do. Now, on your turn, what you're going to do is you're going to take your wooden piece and you're going to go to any of these spots. Now, everyone also starts with 2 fruit cards that you'll hold in your hand. These will be secret from everybody else. Now let's check out these different cards. So when you go to the spot, you can either do the action or you can trade in the cards to actually create fruit here. So here we have draw 2 fruits. So there's a draw deck of all these different fruits, and you would just draw 2 and see which one you got. Oh, I got a coconut, and oh, I got a second coconut. And that would be my turn. But instead of doing the action, if I had the right amount of cards, 3 pineapples, the smoothie is wild. Notice how it looks like a wild. If I had 3 pineapples and a wild, I could turn those in instead of doing this action and collect this here. So what I would do is I would take this and I would just flip this over. This would say, hey, I've made a juice. This would be in front of me. That'll be the next player's turn. If anybody ever goes to a spot where somebody else is, they have to give them, of their choice, one of the fruit cards that they have in their hand to every player that's there. If they don't have enough cards, they choose which ones to give it to. So it's worker placement, but you can go places, but it costs you extra to go there. So let's go over what these other cards do. This one's exchange 1 banana. So essentially in this, you'd give a player 1 banana card, and that place must give you 2 other fruits from their hand. This one is you draw a fruit card from the deck, then you choose a player. That player will give you 3 fruit cards. You then get to choose from all the cards that you have plus the 3 they gave you. You give them 3 back, so it's a chance to exchange them. Now let's look at the other ones. If you go here, you offer 1 fruit to everybody. You put your cards down on the table like this, and you go in clockwise order. For every fruit that somebody takes, they can take 1 or not. If they take 1, for every 1 that they take, you get to draw 2. So it's a way of giving people maybe what they want, but you get more cards. Here you can discard to as many fruits down as you want, and then draw back up to 3 fruits from the deck. And this is a press your luck, take unique fruits. You would take the draw deck, and you would split out fruits. You say, okay, coconut, I'm going to press my luck. Oop, another coconut comes, I would have just busted. But you can continue to go, and anytime you have unique fruits, you can keep going and stop and get all those. So it's a little press your luck mechanism. And notice here, this one needs 3 bananas and a smoothie to get this card, 3 coconuts, and this is like basically, you know, 1 of all of them. Now those are the very basic ones that start the game. The game is going to change over the course of your plays. Now let's say I did draw this fruit. I went there, I played the 3 pineapples, and I got a smoothie. Anytime someone actually makes the juice, you take the top card off of here and you add it. If it's the first card of that type, you just simply add it to here. If it's another one of that type, you just place it on top of that. So in this case, the number 7 card came out for the first time. You can discard 2 pineapples for 5 fruits. So you would discard 2 pineapples and you draw 5 fruits from the stack. And so as the game goes on, every time a juice is made, a new card goes out, and every 4th juice that's made, a brand new mechanic is going to come out. This is card number 7. There's actually 59 different mechanisms in this game, and you play, there's a few of them that will come out during the game, and so those 59 different mechanisms will basically play you about 20 to 21 games through the entire thing as it's changing. Now, even early in the game, sometimes cards will come out that create a market. Like this guy here, the walrus you put 5 cards out there. That's the market. Every time you go here, you refill it, and you can trade fruits from your hand with the market. Other ones allow you to say, hey, trade 1 strawberry for 3 of the fruits in the market. Some of them say take one type of fruit. So you go here and you could take all of the strawberries, for example. Some cards let you take tokens, like this one will allow you to take a double turn token. You can spend it later to take a second turn in a row. Some of them allow you to get fruit tokens, which act like a card that you can turn in to get those fabled juices. Some of them allow you to use the monkey to steal other people's fruits. The scorpion here, you go here first, and then when you go from here to another place, you can buy or make that fabled fruit juice for one less fruit. Some cards will allow you to take a fruit mix card, which allows you to use this card for one of the 2 different fruits that's on there. Now you'll be playing this game until somebody has anywhere between 3 and 5 juices made, depending on the amount of players, and then you'd end at the end of that round. If it's a tie, whoever has the most fruits left in their hand wins. Now, there comes with a book, not only the rules, but it comes with a glossary that has basically all of the cards in there, gives you even more detail than just the text that's on the card. And the coolest part about the game is that when you're finished, well, that's where you'll start your next game with that group. So you can either, they give you extra bags. Now I wrote these, finished and start on here. So what you could do is the ones that were finished that were out of that game, you put in the finished bag. The ones that are the 24 cards that are left out at the end of the game, if you're going to put it away, go in the start bag so you know where to start up. Now the cool thing is you don't have to always play with the same group. If you're going to stop and play with a new group, you can write down how many of each of the cards are out there to start the game. There's always going to be 24 cards, so you can pick up where you left off with different groups and play the game that way, and I really love that about this game. Now this game made my recent video top 10 games that I'm excited about for Essen. If you want to see that, you can click up here or in the description of this video. And I was really excited about this. Well, number 1, it's Freedom and Freeze. Anything he touches I want to look at because he's just an amazing designer. Number 2, this whole thing about Fabled, this Fabled type of game, where it will change over the course of the game. And I thought that was a brilliant idea, but how is it going to play out? I also really wanted this because I've never yet found an excellent worker placement game that's there for that can be played by non-gamers, but still gamers will like it. And Dungeons & Dragons doesn't do it, so Lords of Waterdeep is out. And I've always been looking for one of these games, so those are the reasons why I liked it. And I gotta tell you, a lot of times when I have such high hopes for games, it doesn't happen. This one clicked. This did what I hoped it was gonna do. It is a great worker placement game for new gamers. I can teach this to my wife, her dad. It's simple. The artwork is cute. You're talking about fruit. You move here, you're either going to play your cards and get it, or you're going to take the action. And it's very easy for them, especially at the beginning, to learn those first 6 actions. But as the game goes on and new things come out, you have the markets and all these different chits, and you have the stealing guy, you have security, and all these different things. Some of the ones I showed you in this video. The game is so cool because it evolves, and every time you play through this thing, it's going to change because different cards are going to get bought up at different rates, and you're going to have different combinations of the different cards that are there. And I think that's absolutely brilliant. The fact that you can play this as one big campaign, or you can stop and start over with another group and quickly come back to where you were with the other group, having a place in the rules where you can write it down. Or if you know you're going to play with the same group, they have the extra bags. You can just put the start 24 cards in there, the finished ones in the other bag. This is really brilliant. I've never been huge on the legacy games because I don't like having to play with the same group all the time, and I don't like destroying the game, and this fixes both of those things. It allows you to do that, allows you to have a game that changes over time, that's exciting, but at the same time you're not destroying the game, and you can restart with any group. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I like how, yes, it's very simple. Gamers, when you play this, play it a handful of times, at least 5 times before you make a judgment on it, because it's purposely supposed to be very simple at the beginning, but as it picks up steam, it goes and goes and goes, and the mechanisms get more interesting. 20 full games of this before you get through them all. Absolutely love this game. It did exactly what I want. It's an excellent 25-minute filler, and it's right around 25 minutes, but you'll probably never want to play it just once, because every time we play it once, we want to play it at least another time or 2 before we finish it up, because it is that engaging. Love it if you're looking for a beginner worker placement game that they can grow into and that you can get excited about as the game goes on. But this is Fabled Fruit. I love it so much. I'm keeping it in my gaming library, so let's induct it properly with a saxophone serenade. This video was sponsored by Miniature Market's Review Corner. The Review Corner features podcasts, video, and written game reviews by gamers for gamers. Miniature Market, the online gaming superstore. Thousands of board games, discounted prices. Check them out at miniaturemarket.com.
I'd like to thank each and every one of you for backing me on Kickstarter and making this season become a reality. I'd like to especially thank those here that have backed me at the credit level. Now, these video reviews are also available by audio on our podcast. It's the intros and the final thoughts on GameBoyGeek.com. Click podcast.